Hello everyone, I'm so happy we're back today in our series on sharing experiences in propagating roses at home. Today, I'll guide you through each step in detail so that everyone can easily follow along at home. First, prepare about 10 grams of fresh ginger. Choose fresh, firm ginger that isn't bruised or rotten. After washing it thoroughly, chop it into small pieces and put it in a clean plastic cup. In gardening, ginger is often used because it contains many compounds that create a distinctive aroma. It also has the ability to inhibit the growth of certain microorganisms on the surface of the cuttings. Next, pour about 500 milliliters of warm water into the cup. Stir well and let it sit for about 30 minutes to allow the ginger's components to partially dissolve in the water. If you have a beautiful rose cutting and want to create a healthy new plant yourself without too much complicated equipment, then please watch today's video. In my years of gardening, I've always found that the most important thing when propagating cuttings is not just choosing the right material, but also preparing the cutting, maintaining stable moisture levels, and creating a favorable environment for the cutting to adapt quickly. While waiting for the ginger solution, prepare the rose cuttings. Choose a healthy, moderately mature branch that is free from pests, diseases, or breakage. Remove all leaves and thorns to reduce water loss during planting. If there are any old or damaged petals on the branch, remove them so the plant can concentrate nutrients on forming new tissue. Then, cut the branch short to about 20 centimeters. This is a suitable length as it retains many dormant buds but doesn't cause the branch to lose too much water. Once the ginger solution has soaked for the required time, place the base of the rose cutting into the ginger water for about 15 minutes. While waiting for the cutting to soak, prepare about 30 grams of potatoes. Wash them thoroughly, cut them into small pieces, and add them directly to the ginger solution. According to many gardeners, potatoes contain a lot of water and starch, which helps create a solution that retains moisture better. The most important thing is to maintain stable moisture levels in the growing medium throughout the cutting process. Because if the cutting dries out, its chances of survival will be greatly reduced. Stir the mixture well and let it sit for another 15 minutes. After the time is up, gently remove the rose cutting from the mixture and filter out all the solids, keeping only the ginger and potato solution. Next, prepare about 100 milliliters of Coca-Cola and pour it into a clean cup, then mix it well with the filtered solution. Some gardening enthusiasts share that the sugar content in Coca-Cola can be used as a temporary energy source for microorganisms or plant tissue in the early stages. However, using too much can increase the risk of mold, so it should only be used in small amounts and always diluted before use. Finally, dilute with clean water to obtain about 1 liter of solution. Now let's move on to preparing the growing medium. Take a clean plastic cup and fill it with pre-washed and treated river sand. River sand has the advantage of being very aerated, draining quickly, and preventing waterlogging, creating favorable conditions for new roots to form. Slowly pour the diluted solution into the cup of sand, only moistening it moderately. Do not pour too much and make the sand soggy. Next, gently insert the rose stem deep enough so that it stands firmly in the center of the cup of sand. Then gently press the sand around it to secure the stem's position. Once finished, cover the entire cutting with a clear plastic bag or a clear plastic cup to create a high humidity environment. This is a very important step because the cutting does not yet have roots and cannot absorb water from the growing medium. The covering will help limit water loss through the stem, increasing its vitality in the first few days. Place the cutting in a cool, well-ventilated place with gentle diffused light, completely avoiding harsh sunlight and strong winds. During this time, you only need to check the moisture of the sand periodically. If the sand starts to dry out, add a moderate amount of water. Do not overwater, as an overly humid environment can easily cause root rot or fungal diseases. After about 10 days of care, if conditions are favorable, you can observe green shoots beginning to sprout from the dormant buds on the cutting. This is a sign that the cutting is still alive and continuing to grow. When gently inspecting the base, several plump, white, young roots may have appeared around the cutting site. Note that the actual rooting time may be faster or slower depending on the rose variety, temperature, humidity, and care conditions. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to leave a like. Share your successful experiences or any difficulties you're facing in the comments so we can all exchange ideas. I always read and try to respond as much as possible. My main point is that there is no single formula that guarantees absolute success in every case. What makes the difference is patience, daily monitoring of the plant, and adjusting the method to suit the actual conditions of your garden. If the first attempt doesn't yield the desired results, don't be discouraged. Because even experienced gardeners have to go through many trials before gaining their own experience. Once the root system has developed relatively well, transfer the cutting to a pot with good drainage. In the initial period after planting, you can use treated coconut fiber as a growing medium to retain moisture and help the roots continue to develop. Place the pot in a location with gentle light for the first few days. Then gradually increase the amount of light to help the plant adapt better to the new environment. That completes the entire process. Hopefully, the information shared in this video will give you another idea to try propagating roses at home. Thank you for taking the time to watch today's video. I wish you all success in propagating many healthy rose bushes with well-developed roots, lush green shoots, and later, many vibrant flowers, bringing a garden always full of color and joy. See you in the next gardening experience sharing videos. Goodbye and have a very energetic day.